All right, guys, welcome to the show. I got an awesome one for you today. So I'm playing a little bit of catch up. We will be talking about Steven Crowder and the tape that leaked that shows how he treats his wife, how ugly the divorce is getting, how they're going tit for tat. Of course, Candace Owens is chiming in and having a field day with this because Steven Crowder had gone after the Daily Wire and Candace Owens is not one to bite her tongue. So you want to talk about Civil War on the right. Man, it is in full effect if I've ever seen it. Also, later on in the show, Charlemagne torches Joe Biden and the DNC and prods them to do a debate. At some point, we got to do some sort of a campaign here that, like, hashtag Biden must debate, something like that, because we have to, force this to be a real primary because the media is downplaying it. Joe Biden's acting like he has no opponents, even though he can't complete a sentence and his brain isn't working. So there's a lot to talk about on that front. And then, man, never have any heroes, because when I tell you this new story about who is linked to Jeffrey Epstein, I have no words. You're going to be astonished. Your jaw's going to be on the floor. It feels like a bad dream. The story feels like a bad dream. So we'll get to that. And then also, Bernie has a heated debate about billionaires with Chris Wallace, former Fox News host, current CNN host Chris Wallace. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. And you guys know the deal. Shameless plugs. Everybody click like, click subscribe. Now we're trying to get to 2 million subs, and it's going to take a while, but hey, you build it one at a time, right? So everybody click subscribe if you haven't yet. Click that bell icon so you get a notification every single time a video drops. Remember, you could always support the show on Patreon. I never talk to advertisers. We like to build it from small dollar donations, so link in the video description box below for that. Support Crystal Kyle and Friends on Substack. Link in the video description box below for that. Also, we have a phenomenal Crystal Kyle and Friends guest this week, somebody I've been itching to talk to. I'm going to leave it a secret still for right now, but you're definitely going to want to see this one. So definitely check that out. And remember, you can always listen to the full shows. If you want to listen in audio podcast form, you can always shoot on over to Spotify and listen to the full shows over there. On YouTube, we go video for video. So if you want the full thing all at once, it's over on Spotify. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it here. So Steven Crowder has been having a rough go of it. You guys remember he did this virtue signal tour recently where he was like, the Daily Wire is exploiting their talent and I'm going to swoop in and save the day and I'm going to expose them for giving slave $50 million contracts. Well, that didn't really go too well for him. He had a brief moment where there were some people online in the, right-wing world who sort of defended him, but as time has gone by here, more and more has come out about Steven Crowder, which shows he's not the nicest guy in the world. In fact, he's a pretty terrible guy. Even, he's got 2 former close co-hosts who have now basically come out and said, this guy is a total piece of trash. And now we have video proving it, at least insofar as his wife is concerned. So I don't know if this is the full video. I watched the full video earlier in the week. I don't know if this is the full video, but I could tell you guys whatever parts are missing from this, if there's any that are missing, I could tell you what it is. So here's something that came from, those like doorbell cameras, those security doorbell cameras. This fight was caught on a doorbell camera, and I guess his wife leaked it, right? Something like that. So let's take a look and then we'll react.
I drew a boundary. No, you just did it. I drew a boundary of abusive and cruel. You were not taking the car. Because if you refuse to do wifely things, then I will go pick up the groceries.
There is no groceries. I do have
steaks, wood pellets, my grill.
All right, so just to be clear here, she's like 7 or 8 months pregnant, and she wants to take the car to go pick up groceries, and he's really not having it because he says, I feel boxed in. You're just leaving me here. This is terrible.
I know it's an unreasonable request, but I'll go do it. How about you first? Hillary, how do you respect the man? Yes. How do you man respect? How do you man receive love and respect?
So we've already got like 2 red flags here. You're not doing your wifely duties, and like, how do you respect the men? It's interesting because this is an example of like, he plays like the macho man. I'm the masculine right-wing guy. Look, I'm wearing a gun on air, bro. No big deal or anything, bro. He does that. And then here you have in real life, he's sort of playing that role too and being like domineering and controlling and, you know, using that sort of terminology, which is like super conservative man and I'm the king in this household.
No. I don't mean man. No, you're not taking the car.
Stephen,
You're not taking the car.
Stephen,
You are not.
then I will ask someone to pick me up. Would you like me to ask?
Oh, that's right.
It's not a threat, Stephen.
Get an Uber.
He said, what is that, a threat? When she said, like, I'll get somebody to pick me up.
Then I will ask someone to pick me up. Would you like me to ask?
Oh, that's right.
It's not a threat, Stephen.
Get an Uber.
Okay, Stephen, I can't.
Feeling some constraints?
Stephen.
Like, I can't
Stephen.
go. Listen to me. Listen to me. You want to walk out right now? Listen to me. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to my parents. I can't call my friends. I can't be home. You're going to take the car and leave me here. Hillary, just think of how boxed in you've made me.
What do you...
Why do you have one car? This guy is a multi-millionaire. Why do you have one car? Is the whole point to, like, be controlling? And have awkward blow-ups like this? And again, not for nothing, she's 7 or 8 months pregnant and she's trying to go get the groceries and he's making a big deal about it.
Need to pick up. I'll get it. I'll be back when I'm back.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back. That doesn't work either.
See,
Do you understand the difference between my life being set to the second and you going, I'll be back when I'm back?
Stephen.
And making it work. Can you do that? The only way out of this is discipline and respect.
The only way out of this is discipline and respect, he says to a grown-ass woman. Man, look, there are some people who are just looking for a fight. They're looking for conflict. They're looking for drama. And this right here, I mean, I don't know, what else would you call it, right? Like, it's pretty clear what this is.
The only way out of it, we're at an impasse.
We are at an impasse.
Good. Because you can't have any discipline or respect. Yeah. There you go. You throw your hand, you give up so easily.
I don't give up, Stephen.
Hillary,
Stephen?
you give up so easily. I just said the only way out of this is discipline and respect. You said, then we're at an impasse.
Stephen, no, we are at an impasse, okay? I love you, but Stephen, your abuse is sick. Your abuse
Watch it.
is sick.
Watch it.
Look at his response to hearing your abuse is sick. He goes, watch it. Watch it. He's not saying like, abuse. What are you talking about? He's like, hey, easy.
Fucking watch it.
I'm gonna let go. I'll get what you need me to get.
Okay. So that goes on. They keep fighting. And at one point he says something along the lines of like, I'll fuck you up. So this is dirty. This is ugly. And, you know, look, the way, comparing that to my relationship or any normal relationship, you still treat the person with respect and love and adoration. It doesn't matter how long you've been together. It's, you know, you have to have basic human decency. And clearly he's very controlling. By the way, why don't you take the Uber, right? If she's getting the groceries, it's more appropriate for the person getting the groceries to have the car. It's a whole ordeal if you have to get an Uber and try to get the groceries with an Uber, right? And also, your ass is not 7 or 8 months pregnant. So why don't you take the Uber? You could tell he's just very selfish, narcissistic, controlling. And guys, this is verified by all these people who used to work with him and were close to him. Apparently, Brian Callen, the comedian, just took a job on Louder with Crowder. And there's already been a video of him like recording backstage and Steven Crowder basically flipping out over the fact that he's recording backstage. And look, you know, you can see the kind of person that he is. And so, again, Candace Owens is happy as a pig in shit right now, just absolutely having a field day with this and exposing all of it and showing every little nook and cranny of everything going on. But Steven Crowder, not being one to know when to www.shuddy.com, he decides, well, I got to respond. I got to come out and respond. Now, look, you'll see this response. It honestly just further verifies the dynamic that has already been solidified that you saw from that video. Listen to this.
I commented on my ongoing divorce on Tuesday, requesting privacy in the best interest of the family, but also by court order agreed upon by all parties. Look, broken marriages are ugly, and in them people do ugly things. Myself, of course included, I would never claim otherwise. However, due to recent misleadingly edited leaks to the tabloid press without context and
Misleadingly edited. Misleadingly edited. There's no context that would have changed that unless at the end of it he was like, LOL, tee hee hee, I was just joking this whole time. Go ahead and take the car. I love you, baby. That's the only way in which, like, there would be context that changes this, fixes this, makes it less bad.
I commented on my ongoing divorce on broken marriages are ugly, and in them people do ugly things. Myself, of course included, I would never claim otherwise. However, due to recent misleadingly edited leaks to the tabloid press without context and not subject to consequences of the court, well, if not privacy, the next best option is truth. So today, I have filed a motion to officially unseal all files as they relate to the matter of legal record. Finances, relevant medical records, including mental health history or evaluations, depositions, and any motions or sanctions from the courts of Texas. I will not be leaking private marital information to the press, but if the privacy agreements are not respected by all parties, I will address all that is a matter of irrefutable legal record in full context next week. I commented on my
So do you understand what he's doing there? He's threatening his wife, and he's saying, I'll release all the dirt I have on you. And based on the little hint he leaves in there, talking about medical records, health records, he's going to try to make the argument, oh, she's crazy. She's crazy. She has whatever, severe depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, whatever, fill in the blank with whatever, psychological illness it is. But that's his move. That's his way to be like, oh, if you want to play dirty by releasing this video, then I'll play dirtier by releasing everything and spinning it, of course, to Steven Crowder's narrative and to his liking. But you could see already the argument's going to be, hey, man, you can't trust that video because bitches be tripping. She's got psychological health issues, dog. Well, Steven, maybe one of the reasons she has them is because she's married to a narcissistic psychopath like you. So look, this is one of those instances where it's like, I'm the tough guy, macho man on air thing. Like, he's trying to be tough guy, masculine, controlling macho man off air too. It actually totally fits his on-air persona. But I'll tell you this, it really puts in perspective all of that, the fight with the Daily Wire. Oh, the exploitative businesses taking advantage of people by offering them $50 million, bro. Apparently, everybody he works with is like, he's exploitative, he's controlling, he's the one who apparently gives out shitty contracts. He had a terrible falling out with that guy Jared, who used to be his co-host. Terrible falling out with Dave Landau, his wife, obviously. Again, based on that video, dude, you're not pregnant. You take the Uber, but also have multiple cars. Clearly, he's just controlling. He's domineering. And it is super yikesy. And look, everything is collapsing in around Steven Crowder now. It's collapsing in around Steven Crowder. He burned bridges with other right-wing media figures. And look, normally, I think those people would be defending Steven today. Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, Matt Walsh, all these people were friends. Jeremy Boring with Steven Crowder. And then now, he burnt that bridge. And so now when there's damaging information that leaks on you about how you're a prick, a total prick to your wife and disrespectful to everybody around you, now you got nobody to come out and defend you. And the aura of like, bro, I'm going to checkmate you by releasing my stuff in a second. That is like, Again, there's no self-reflection. It's like when he said in that video, I made a mistake. I chose wrong. I guess you thought he was going to do some self-reflection, and it was like, it's her, right? It's all her. So, man, yeah, his empire is collapsing in around him, and you love to see it. You love to see not the abusive stuff in the marriage, but you love to see the infighting among the right. You love to see that they're all a house of cards. They're all, at the end of the day, it's crazy, man. Everybody, all these people who millions of people look up to, it's like not only are they human with just as many problems as others, it's like they probably even have more struggles and more problems and more issues, and it gets uglier than your average person. And honestly, I think this is a great example of it right here. There's a lot more to say about it, but I guess we could just leave it there. His empire is crumbling in around him, and that's nothing but a wonderful thing. And soon he'll have 0 allies left, 0 friends left. And look, it does a service in the sense that it undermines his absolute garbage philosophy, which he spews on a regular basis. All of his stuff about, standard Republican, conservative, fundamentalist Christian, and that's another aspect of the hypocrisy, right? This, he's against no-fault divorce, which is insane, but now, he literally just wanted to force this poor woman to stay in a marriage with him when clearly she hates him. And it undermines that whole worldview, every aspect of it. And so, in a sense, you welcome it, but I also do kind of feel bad for the wife. And this ain't over, man. This is going to get uglier and uglier. And you get the sense behind the scenes he's thinking about Candace. Please don't hit me anymore. Please. All right, I'm on the ground. I'm bleeding. Uncle, I cry, uncle. I give up. She ain't going to stop, man. That is not somebody to cross. And you did. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.